Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Sorry for the delay in starting there. Little hiccup with the game crashing and not quite wanting to go onto the monitor I wanted it, but I think I've got it sorted. Quick audio and video test if possible. Hopefully you can all hear the game okay. A few introductions. Hello to Jordan, Fox Red Buddy and Sugar Rush. Hope you're all doing well. Right, at least we've got that problem sorted. So, if you didn't watch episode 1 of our playthrough of RailRoader, that's now live on YouTube, but we started off our new journey on RailRoader. We managed to take loco number 1, which was derailed in the sidings over here, into the workshops ready to be mended. We formed our first service to Ella, and we also started, begun some contracts where we left it. Where we left it for the day there. So, first job for today is to have a quick look at the engine that's in the shed, see how the repairs are progressing, and then we can decide how to proceed from there. So it's at 76%, so it's not quite ready to go out onto the main line just yet. So we'll have to just be using our loco number 2, trusty number 2 for today. First job, of course, though, today is to refuel it. It's running rather low on coal and water. So we'll be getting our coal hopper from the sidings there and shunting it into our coal hopper over here. So I think we'll kick off that right now. So there we are, brakes are released and let's get going. Points are all set okay for here. Stop there. Change our point. And return backwards. Good. Thank you both for confirming the audio is okay. So, I think the plan of today's so far is going to be refuel with the coal, get our first lot of wagons up to the Ella Bridge site and form our second service for passengers, and then we'll see where we are from there. We've got a few different shunts to do first before we get to Ella though, so that's all good fun. Yep, the sun's just rising. It is 6:25 in game now. We will be putting the headlamp on when we're going forwards. There we are. Couple up our brakes and take the handbrake off. So what we'll do is we'll just come up to the points there, reverse in, run round, and then we can push our the coal wagon into the sidings there. Right. So, Fox Red Buddy, we had quite a few wagons arrive overnight. If we just put the tab menu on, you can see about 11 of them are all going to the bridge site. Different materials to rebuild the bridge. And we also have a couple on the back for Ella Farm supply, which we can shunt around when we get up there. And we also have a whole field heating oil and a stencil as well to sort out. which we're doing once we've got the coal and water. Right, just need to pull up a little bit further, clear the point there. So of course, when the next engine's repaired, we can form AI services. We can have the AI doing the passenger train, for example, while we're pottering around doing the coal and the other freight. So, but it's not quite ready for today, so we'll have to do it all ourselves. What we can do actually is, if we just pull up here, just to get the ball rolling on things, is we can just head over to Whittier, and what we can do is tell the people who are waiting that this coach is for in Ella, and at least then they can start boarding. They can start boarding because we've got 44 people waiting, so we've got nearly a train's full already, so we can get them boarding at least. Right, now they're boarding, we can put the handbrake on and run round. There we are, come to a halt, don't need to go too far. I only need to come here because it's only a small run round. Yeah, there's quite a few. I'm not quite sure how many this loco can actually handle, but I suppose there's only one way of finding out, isn't there? Nicely done. Right, not too far away now. Don't go too quick, don't want any derailments. Here we are, easy turn. There we are, right. Brake pipes back on. It's just popping up at me as well to say that there is an ad about to start. So what we'll do is we'll wait here, let that advert run, and when we come back we can shunt that straight away. So I'll be back to you in just 2 moments. Hello everyone and welcome back. So now the advert's out of the way, we can crack on and get this coal into the siding and our loco serviced ready for its big train. So quick check that everything's set okay, which they are, so we are okay to proceed. You can see down in the bottom right here that our 51 passengers are sat waiting and ready, but that'll, if anyone else does come along before we depart, that's all set for them just to go straight on, so we won't miss anybody out. throw that switch and we can proceed back. Obviously I don't want to go too far and smack into our hopefully getting soon nice and shiny loco. Right, let's slow her down. There we go, that's far enough. Right, let's crack on over to our coal pit. Gotta be careful here that there is a bit of an incline, and we also do have the buffer stop to contend with this time. Right, I think that's in, but if we just do the tab, you can see that that's gone dull in colour because it's over the yellow markers. So that's ready to be used, so we'll pop on the handbrake and we can proceed back. Right, so next order of the day is to go and get water and coal ready for the trip. We'll get water first, and then we'll get coal next. And if you were, just in case you were wondering, no, they don't line up. You can't do both at the same time. So, we're pretty much full of water ready, so that's fine. The main order was really to get some more coal because we don't have enough to get there and back. So we got 47.5 tons of coal in that wagon there, so that should last us quite a while. Nearly full. It takes about 6 tons of coal as the tender, so half a ton left to go. So it's about a mile or so between Whittier and Ella. If I just bring up the map, you can see here that this is milepost 57, 58. So it's about, it's about probably 2.5-ish miles, sorry. So not far. You can see here then between Ella and Bryson is quite a bigger chunk. And then down here, some of these don't actually have stations down here, so there's quite a few that are just sidings, so a lot further round. Right, so that's the coal picked up. So we can now proceed to go get our jumbo freight train. Right, Oh, not before I incorrectly set the points, of course. There we are. First mistake of the stream. If that's the only mistake, then that's not too bad, is it? At least I realised there, not when we're about to hit the engine. So we want to connect up to all of these wagons. Let's change that point. We want all of these because we can go and drop the back two off while we're going to pick up our passenger train. Ideally, you probably would have wanted to double head these, but I think it'd be a nice challenge. So as we worked out yesterday, 5 or less, you'll be fine. Anything more and you derail, or you could cause damage. There we go. Right. They're on. These front two have their handbrakes applied. So they're all released, so we can start heading towards the station. So we have 19 cars at the minute with 1,150 tons on the hook. While we're travelling slowly, we can just jump ahead and check the points so that all of these are okay. These are our log wagons that we can sort out another day. Always good to just leave the logs until you've got a bit of a stable running. You want to come all the way around here, and then what we'll do is we'll come off into here first, and then we just jump to the back. So we've got whole field first, which is a push-in, and then we've got a stencil, which is a push-in forwards, and then we've got a stencil, which is a push backwards. So if we just jump to Ella, so if you can load up the, sorry, not Ella, Whittier. If you load up the console, you can just do /TP Whittier, and it'll take us to Whittier. So stencil is over here by this building, and the heating oil wants to go in there. So what I think we do is we pull up here with the oil parked here. We'll decouple and push in the stencil. We can then run over there to the points down there and back onto the wagons here. We can then push our full train backwards a touch until we get to this point here, where we can then push in the oil into that siding there. I think that's going to be the easiest way. So we're not doing too bad. It is flat here at the minute though. That's the always the thing to remember. Yeah, it's quite a long train for. I mean, it's probably a big loco in scale, but it's quite a small loco in the game. So, but he'll get put a good job in, I think. Getting there slowly. So we're going a good speed as we take the left line. So we want to end up with the oil tanker about here. Let's just go and double check the points. That one's set okay out, and then we'll snake back in. That's all good. We can just watch for the tank coming round then. Oh, we've made it from the interchange to the station anyway. That's a tick. Sure is a long train though. So if we come to a stop around here. That should do it. There we go. Put the handbrake on. Right, so if we now pull a bit more forward, we can push our Stenzel wagon into the line just on the left of your screen there. Can we go? Need to put a bit more reverser on. There we go. That should do it. Right, so let's just have a quick look at how far we got. So I think this is enough to store 2 wagons, so we just got to be careful of the buffers at the back. And if we just look, it is uphill as well, quite steep into there. Wait for the brakes to come off. We can start pushing the consist up the hill. I'll ease off because we're getting quite close to there. Lovely sunny day for a bit of freight and everything though. So it's in already because the front of that's in there, so we'll just push it a little bit back just in case we have another load tomorrow kind of thing. So that should do us. We should then get paid soonish. There we go, $69 for the delivery of that one. Right, so next up, we need to clear all of this out of the way really, so we'll go up to the top points, push back in, push the entire thing out of the station, handbrake on, push this into this delivery point here, and then we can rejoin our train and go up to Ella. So we don't get paid for delivering the bridge materials because that's kind of our project. So you won't see us get paid for these, but any of the other ones will get paid for. We got 60 out of 60 passengers on the train, so we're full in that regard. And we do have 28 passengers already waiting for the next one, which is fun. As I say, when we in the next in-game day, we should have the other loco in working order, so we can run that permanently on passenger runs, which will save the waiting around for us to sort these wagons out. But for today, that's a good enough excuse to have a nice long train with a single loco. I want to come around here and then we'll reverse back. This is quite a long loop. Almost a bit too long really. I'd have probably have maybe it is like that. I'm sure someone in chat will be able to confirm. Maybe in Britain you'd have probably have seen maybe one halfway down to get back over, but we'll make do with what we've got. Yeah, we do need another coach. If we just go into the purchase area, passenger coaches, we got this. So it'll cost 4,000 and we don't have 4,000. So even if we wanted another coach, we couldn't get one. Yeah, that should do it. And back we go to pick up the coaches. Got to be careful that we don't crash into the coaches. No doubt someone's trying to have their early morning coffee and we don't want that going everywhere. In fact, what we'll do is we will leave that oil wagon parked in the loop there, because when we come back we'll be on the other end of the train anyway, so we can just quickly run that into the siding. No, we just certainly don't want to keep them waiting, because they might not use us anymore if we're too late. Can even put these marker lamps on. Come to this end, I think. Round we come. So this point's already set for us. I think we've already delayed them enough to just give them the full cost of the ticket back at this point. It's already 7:30. The day starts at 6, so... And they were already here waiting, so they've already been waiting an hour and a half at least. But it doesn't want to go any quicker than 10 at the minute in reverse. Yeah, we'll start putting a bit of brake on just in case there's any problems. Unfortunately, not the best of views out the front, though, when we couple these up, but nice views out the side windows. So it's usually wise that we just run one passenger train a day while we've just got the one engine. But as soon as we get that second engine, it can be running up and down as much as it likes while we're busy doing shunting or doing the logs, that sort of thing. Yeah, we might actually have to do two, really, with the amount of people that's already waiting. So that's us coupled in. Air brakes on. And handbrake released. So that's all of us good to go. We have 36 people waiting already, and we've not even set off. So let me just quick check on the ads, just so you don't suddenly get an advert while we're trying to chuff away. We've got one in 30 seconds, so let's get that run now, and we can come back ready for our journey up to Ella. Right, so we're all ready to depart then for Ella. Everything is coupled up. As you can see here, no warnings, no purple No purple markers or anything. So we've got 1,040 tons to haul up to Ella. All of the front ones are going to the Ella Bridge site. Front two, then the middle two wagons going to Ella Farm. Back to for passengers. So what we'll do is when we get to Ella, we obviously won't be able to fit in the station. So I think we'll put these in the loop, run around and push them out of the way, bring in the passengers while they're disembarking and that sort of stuff. We can then push these into place. Obviously, this is all assuming that we make it up the hill, but I suppose there's only one way to find out. So have a go. And there's our caboose, which we can actually pop some marker lamps on if we're careful. One more click. There we are, some nice red lamps. Get a good view out of the background these corners, don't you? Lovely. So we've got plenty of coal and water, should be fine to get there and back. Well, hopefully we will be, because we ain't got any other way of getting back. Points are all set, should be fine to get to Ella. $17 looks to be about where it wants to sit for now, so we'll just let it do its thing really, I think. I suppose it does mean that I don't need to worry about a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up. Every cloud and all that. Nope, no chance of speeding, I don't think. This is certainly not an express freight. Although that change in sound does make it sound like we're going a lot quicker than we are. Yeah, we do have that bit on our side now that this little bit down here I think is downhill round the corners, so... we do have to watch for us speeding now. Hopefully you've not paid to actually see the engine by the time it comes around that corner, but... So this is the 30 mph corner just coming up around this corner. You'll see the yellow speed markers, and you can also see that that's milepost 59, which is where you ought to be thinking about not being above 30. There's our yellow sign. The black signs mean that you're out of the 30 zone, which we'll see not too in the not too distant future. Our weight is just going down a touch as we use more and more coal and water. We are getting lighter. There's the black 30 sign. The S signs that we just passed there mean you're approaching the station, so you can tell that Ella's just around this corner, and we ought to start slowing down. If we just jump to the station, we can work out where we want to be. So we need a bit of running around space, so if we kind of have the Ella farm supply wagons start about here, then we'll be able to run around and push the bridge stuff into position. About here we want the Ella's bridge stuff to be. Keep going. Bit more. Keep going. Brakes are coming off slowly. There we go. Slowly does it. There we go. So those them two box wagons just there are both the yellow ones. Yeah, just about at the limit. I think anymore I think we'd have struggled, but see if we can squidge in the front of the carriage onto the station. That'd be handy. See if we can manage that. Probably is such a long train, the brakes take ages to come off. Come on. There they are, they're coming off now. I think the max space we'll need is there. That's it. Oh, I think we've just about managed that. Yes, we have. Brilliant. Let's get these off to the bridge site. The bridge site's just around the corner here, so we'll have to pull the wagons into the loop here, run round, and push them the last way. Come on, off you come. Takes a while for the brakes to come off with such a long train. Come on, there we go. Should have plenty of space to fit in, I think. So we'll need to reset this point, which we've done already. So we don't have any daily reports at the minute. New contract tiers, we can go up to tier 3. However, look at that. Operations safety 100%. As he rams into a different wagon in about 2 minutes time and ruins that. Come to a stop here. Right. Let it sort its air pump out for just a minute. And then we can right, so break the connection there, handbrake on of course, because this is downhill and this will run away from you. Yep, that is from personal experience. Because a lot quicker without any load on the back, doesn't it? So if you're just joining us, then we're continuing our new adventure on RailRoader. We've managed to get our contract sorted in the last episode, and we're just bringing our first load of materials up to sort out the Ella Bridge. We've also done some shunting, got some more shunting to do yet up here. I don't think I've left enough space there for that loco. We'll see. Can always push it back. Right. Right, let's see. Let's see how close I was to getting this right. I don't think I've been right at all, but you know what? We can always just push them. That gap there versus that gap. No, miles off. Oh, not too far. Not too far, but it is a miss. let's just quickly undo the handbrake. Just push it back the last little bit. Would we have got the wagon carriage in? No, I don't think that would have counted, to be fair. So either or, really. I didn't change the points again. Bit further. It wasn't a bad stop then, just a bit, only a little bit short. Right, so that's the air pressure connected and reconnected and rebuilt. Let's undo the handbrake and we can proceed to the bridge site. Change that point. The bridge site's just round this corner. You can see here that it was washed away in the floods and really has lost all of its rails. There is no rails left, just the substructure. So we need to push those materials into place. Right, so it's just round this corner, so it shouldn't take too long now. You can see here that just by hovering over where... Obviously we need to get all the train inside that, we can't just dump the first train there, the first wagon there, but... Hello to Robert, hope you're doing well and thank you for joining us, and thank you for following us recently as well. So this wagon here has got 52 tons of concrete in it. So these are in. I think we basically need to go all the way up to the buffers. Ah, well, you've come to the right place then, Robert. We also are very much rail enthusiasts, so welcome to the channel. Right, try not to derail here. You can see the 30 marker boards there. I suppose depends where the concrete's going. If you're pouring it over the end, then that might help. But yeah, we'll try not to put it in the river. We'll park it there, just double check. I think everything will be in at that. They are, yeah, that's good. Right, let's put the handbrakes on. We'll put a couple of handbrakes on just to make sure it doesn't roll away, because it is uphill here, so don't want them rolling away. That was unusually quite professional, I would probably say, on that one. Right. Our next task, once they're there, as I said, we won't get paid for those because that's our project. That's no contracts for anybody else other than me. We'll whip back up to the next lot. We have, how many do we have waiting to go back? We have 38 people waiting to go back, so we're not full going back. We need to shunt these in. So we've got Ella Farm Supply, so these are both going far right. So what we'll need to do here is another shunt, pull them into the runaround loop, run round, and then we can push them into place. So making sure we're actually going the direction I was intending. We won't push it above 25 because we can see where we need to stop. Are you enjoying Train Sim World, Robert? What route are you driving at the minute? What's your favourite? We're a big fan of the Blackpool branches here. That's what's one of our favourites. Oh, you enjoy the ECML? Is that one with the Azumas and Flying Scotsman? It is a good one. That's a good one for getting your speed up, isn't it? Rather than a stopping kind of scenarios, that sort of thing. So what we'll do here is we will pull into the loop here, because then we're at least on the right track. So we'll leave the carriages just there for now. In fact, what we will do is we'll pull forward, and then we're definitely in. Got to take the handbrake off. Oh, we ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we're going to pull up, and then we can start the loading of passengers then. So we need to select this, tell them they're going back to Whittier, and they should start loading. There we go. Yeah, I mean it's in early access at the minute on Steam at the minute. So maybe if there is enough demand there, they might start looking to do a port across to. They might port it across to Xbox. Right, we want to clear this set of points by the length of the loco. So if we stop about here, that should be enough. Handbrake on to stop them rolling away. Yeah, there's not many for the Xbox, is there? There's quite a few now for PC, so So hopefully they'll transfer across. Right, we need to go and change this point down here because we came through straight up on the main line. Oh, are they making a controller? Are they? I haven't seen that at the minute. Has that only just been announced, or has that been known for a while? Alright, I didn't know that. I'll have to see what they come up with. Right, let's just pull up here. Right, before we do the next shunt, I think I'm just going to grab a quick drink here. So feel free to do the same. And then once we're back, we'll get these wagons parked into the sidings, and then we can form our train back to Whittier. So I'll be back in just 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. So, with me, with my milkshake in hand, let's get ready for the next shunt. So we need to put those wagons into the far right hand side. So we need to come in here all the way back, push in there, and then we can come back out to do our run round of the passenger trains. So let's get that started then. Right, there we are. Shuffle up to this wagon. There we go. Air brakes on, handbrake off. Does that chain move? It does, very nice. Didn't notice that. Moves up and down with the handbrake. That's a nice touch. Some little things you don't always see, but once you've seen them once, you just know that that's there for every time you put the handbrake on. Right, let's get into this siding. Ah, very glad you like it, Robert. Nice to have you around. We'll be doing some Trains in World on Tuesday. I think we'll be doing some more Blackpool branches, so hopefully you can join us then. Let's squidge up here, and then we can shunt these in. There we go. So it kind of covers the entirety of everything after the crossing. There we are, everything's in. Come to a stop, handbrake on, air off, and we're uncoupled. So that's a nice amount of money for delivering those two there. So his next job is to pull the passengers' carriages into the loop so it can run round. There we are. Right, the points set okay for this bit. Yeah, so the VODs go on up on our YouTube channel. I'll get you a link when we stop just at these set of points. Usually either the next day or the couple of days after they'll go up on there, so you can watch everything back. You can see episode 1 that's already gone up from yesterday. So if you missed that one, then you can watch to catch up what we got up to. So I'll just get you a link now. Won't be a minute. There's our YouTube channel, so you can go and watch our other content, see our Train Sim World stuff, and as well as I've said, go and see episode 1 in case you missed that one from yesterday. Right, next job is to get onto these passengers because these will be waiting. Right, into here, and then we'll pull it into the loop, run round, and then we'll be ready to go again. Thank you very much for the subscription as well. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy the stuff over there. There we go. So if you're just joining us, then we're continuing on our adventure with RailRoader. So far we've managed to get part 1 of the Ella Bridge project semi-complete. We managed to get the materials for phase 1 done. We managed to get all of our goods into the sidings. We are already full and 8 people waiting. Crikey, we do need a new another coach, don't we? Right, we're now going to form our next service back. First we need to run round our train. What's your look on your Hornby layout? Anything special? Right, that should do. Don't need to go too far. Right, so this is full, so there's no point stopping when we've finished the run round. I don't know why I'm going backwards yet. No, can't do that yet. Ah, that's a nice, nice little feature for the living room. Right, I think I've got my light on, haven't I? Yep, don't need the light on. Down here's a cylinder cocks if you have this game and are wondering what that does. Okay, turns them on and off. You can also see the wheels going around there. There's a slot in the floor. Right, what's this point set to? Right, we need to change that point. How much is the game? It is $24.99 on Steam. It's in early access, so you can get to play the game before it's kind of on general sale. But yeah, $24.99. And I think when we stop here, I'll show you what you get for that. So you get all of the locos and all the wagons. You can see here if we go to the store, all of these locos, wagons and carriages, these are all included for your $24.99. And if we just zoom out, this is the map that you get for the $24.99. It goes all the way down here to Andrews, through Brooks, Alorca Junction, Bryson, which we're trying to get to next. You've then got Connolly, Thomas Valley, and down through to Silver, which is the main interchange. We've only just got this bit here, because you expand your network as you go through the game. The more money you get, the more track bed you can buy, that sort of thing. We're currently trying to repair Ella Bridge, which is just down here, so that's why we can't go any further, because the bridge is not in a state to be running any steam engines over, let's just say. Yeah, so we're running probably what you would probably call a mid-tier setup. So we're running at 1080p 60 FPS. It's locked there at the minute. It can't go any higher. You can slide up the tree density. You can slide it down if you so wish, which granted makes it look a completely different game. We'll pop it back to where it's recommended it to be, which was 1. You also got the draw distance and your usual presets, so you can tailor the game really to how you want it to. So we're running on high at the minute on the preset, so. And I think it looks a rather nice game, really. I also like that the controls aren't overly complicated either. Yes, it does use quite a bit of graphic power, so you will need like a dedicated graphics card, that sort of thing. The trees especially take a lot of power, and but it does look a very nice game. As I was saying, I like the fact that the controls aren't overly complicated, so you're not spending hours trying to learn how to drive the thing. I wouldn't like to make a recommendation. What we can do is, if I just stop here, if we just pull up the Steam page on my other screen. Let's have a look. RailRoader. See what their minimum specs are for you. So their minimum specs are an i5 with a 1660 and 8 gig of RAM, and their recommended settings are an i5 or with a 1660 Ti 1660 and 16 gig of RAM. What I can do, just put that link into there for you, so you can go and check that out yourself. Obviously, I can't make that sort of recommendation whether it will run, but you can compare that their specs to what you've got, and you can make your decision based on that. So let's get this run round. No problem at all. Obviously, as I say, I can't sway you one way or the other, really. Yeah, there's a lot of good components out there, but it's not always cheap anymore, is it? That's the problem. It's very expensive to upgrade graphics cards and the like. Right, that's all released. Let's get the handbrake is on the coach, so let's release that. We're full, so we can go straight through. So let's get this show on the road. Oh, do you work on the main line, Robert, or do you work at a heritage railway? Ah, nice. Do you work at a station, or kind of with network rail in infrastructure? Oh, nice. That's good. Hopefully you enjoy that then. Tell you what, it goes a lot quicker now with only 2 wagons on, doesn't it? Right, so that's the sign to say you're coming into Ella. How long have you been a trainee driver for? Are you quite close to doing your exams, or are you just starting out? So we've got 4.4 tons of water. Sorry, 4.4 tons of coal, 1,727 gallons of water. So we've got plenty of coal for the next trip, but we do need some more water. But there is a tower at Whittier, so we can fill up there. Nope, we're into the 30 corner now, so we'll I reduced to 20 anyway. So just to make sure, because there is a dodgy corner just coming up here. There isn't any speed limit, but there's just something here that happens that the loco doesn't really like. You kind of want the 30s zone to kind of end here, really. Just something about that last bit there. Good luck for your final test, Robert. Hopefully it all goes well and you manage to pass. Right, there we are. We can get up to the 35. How are we doing on for the finances? Got 4,000, but so the question is, do we get another coach, or do we save that money and spend it on the Ella extension? Because they're about £1,000 each phase, so I think maybe we stick with one coach and use the AI drivers from the next in-game day, because that'll help a lot, because they won't have to wait for us to do all the shunting. Right, ease off. Up to the 35-ish mark. I'm sure you'll be fine, Robert. Good luck for it. Right, so we're back at Whittier. That didn't take too long at all, did it? So we've got to take on water here, get the passengers on and off, and we've also got that last oil tanker to got to shunt that oil tanker into the siding as well. I'll take a look once we stop at Whittier for you. Right, so if we park with the caboose just next to the crossing, that should be fine. Just there should be perfect. That should allow the passengers to get off, which they already are. Brilliant. So if we apply the handbrake, let's get the water run. Yeah, I think the aim is at some point to have multiplayer, but I mean there's lots of different games now that have railways and multiplayer, so maybe one day, as Fox Red Buddy says. But I think they're doing really well at getting the third-party devs on now. People like Just Trains for that extra bit of detail, and I mean they've got Alan Thompson Sim that's working on something. Rivet Games has just released their latest route. I think they're doing a good job at getting things to grow. They brought in the things like free roam and that sort of thing, which is a big positive for me. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what happens in the future iterations, really. Right, so that was. Let me just check the console. We got paid for 60 pairs, $60. So that's all welcome income, is that? So that's the water refilled. We have enough coal to last us until the end of the day. So quick point check. We need to change this. Next job is to shunt across this wagon. Needs to go all the way up into that left-hand siding. This game does have multiplayer though, so I mean this is really good as a multiplayer game. The way you can have kilo a minute. can have different shunters, somebody on passenger trains. Always trying to work out now whether my exclamation mark uptime's working properly or not. Let's try and gauge whether it's all working properly. It was the other day. Twitch says I've been up for an hour and 50. Yeah, thereabouts. 1 hour 48 and 25 seconds. Slowly does it. Don't want any accidents. Yeah, you probably found our we have a link to our Twitch channel over on our website, so that you may have come through from there. Oops, I didn't need to change that point at all, did I? In the end. Anyway, that's reset. Handbrake off. We want to come straight through here and up to here. Hey, I was being very planned ahead. I've already changed that. How odd. Right. So let's get this shunted into. Let's get paid for this one, and then we'll be ready to haul our next service to Ella and back. So I'll just hover over it. Got to go fairly close to the buffers on this one. There we are. We're in because you can tell that it goes dull. And if you just hover over it, you can see we're miles in there. Ready? Disconnect. We got paid $65 for that. Right, it's just flashed up at me saying there is an ad on the way, so just to make sure you don't miss anything, I'll pause the game here, let the advert run, and then we'll be ready to head off to Ella on our second trip. So I'll see you back here in a couple of minutes. Right, so... Right, we've uncoupled this, got paid. So next, we need to take another service to Ella and back. So while we're running around, we may as well let the passengers know that we're going to Ella, so they can at least start to board. I have 42 waiting to go back, so not full, so we should be just right to do another Ella and back. You've got the stream on your TV, have you, Robert? Right, let's get this back to these points. We can then drive forward up to the loop and back in again. Right, that's that sorted. Points are all set. Let's get going. We need to run up here and change these points. These are set for the platform road. I stream quite a variety then, Robert. Slow down for these points. Come to a stop. Back into the platform road, ready for our next trip to Ella. Yes, so we've got one passenger run to Ella. And then when we get back here, we need to service the loco with coal and water. Check that everything's happy, and then we can sleep to see what's going to come next. I shouldn't have any more bridge deliveries on the next day, but we can investigate what we've got planned. Brake connected, and brake off. Check we are full. We should be ready to go then. Yep, no passengers waiting. Let's get going. While we are setting off, I'm just going to... ready already. Cool. All good to go then for when we come back next time. And shut off. The red caboose and the passenger wagon do look smart together, don't they? Ease off because we're coming up to the 30-mile-an-hour corner. Not sure what we've got planned for tomorrow, Robert, but I'll certainly keep an eye out if I'm free for you coming live. But as I say, not sure what we've got planned for tomorrow. Now, did these have number 2s on the side of the smoke box, or am I getting forgetful? I know there's a cab side number and a front number, a dome number, but not sure what that should show. Strategically down to 30 just. It feels like a thing of purpose, does that circle, but no idea what it's for. Maybe a builder's plate if it was in real life. You maybe see a builder's plate like Hunslet's at the Festiniog have Hunslet written on that sort of thing, maybe. Out of the 30 and in towards Ella. He's off ready for the station. Here we are again. You can definitely tell the infrastructure's here ready for passing different things, can't you? You can imagine something coming up from Bryson here. And us sat here waiting with our passenger train. Just passing them here. And then down at Whitty you could probably have somebody else waiting there. And yeah, I don't think I sped, but that journey did come and go quite quickly. Don't think I sped. I was doing 35 where we could have done 35, and maybe it's just the last one took a lot longer being going slower kind of thing. Right. Gotta wait for the people to get off here because there's nothing else for us to do at this point, so let's have a look inside, shall we? Open the gate. Oh, the gate's chucked me off. Great. Sit down, I think. Take a seat. Shut the door. I think we'll do the next bit from in here. Bit of comfort. Got the entire place to ourselves. No buffet service. That's the... They are missing this thing, aren't we? We need to get a buffet service going. I think they'd have an issue trying to get between the carriages. Lobbing sandwiches across or something like that. Right, that's the... that tick-tick's meant for me to stop waffling. Right, so we next need to move into here, run round, and then we can start loading. Unfortunately, we can't do the loading while we're on the move, but it shouldn't take too long. How many people have we got? 30 people, so let's get the run around complete. If you're just joining us, then welcome to the stream. We are continuing our adventure on RailRoader, which is a recently released early access game on Steam. We're currently we're just pulling into Ella. We've already been up here once already on stream. Just doing another passenger run because we had a lot more people than I was expecting wanting a passenger train to Ella. We managed to get our bridge ports down to the Ella Bridge site, and we just managed to get all our freight in ready. And yeah, so we're making good progress, I think. It gets very interesting when the Bryson extension opens because you've got a lot more wagons and places to park your wagons, so very much looking forward to getting that open. It'll also be good when we get the next the loco. We can also have a look down there when we get back to Whitty. We can also check on progress. Should hopefully have our next Steam loco lined up for the next in day. There we go, that'll do. So as you can see, I've been left in the loop here, so but you can drive it from anywhere. So was that set right? No, I need to actually change it. Let's get a different view, I think. Right. I'll take a look at the whispers when I've finished streaming, Robert. We're just going to run round here and get a different view. Why don't we go outside, get a bit of a balcony action? About to fall off. Very much feel Welsh pool and land fair feelings here, actually. If you've ever been on the balconies there, that's always a good experience to have. He says as if suddenly realises the points aren't set. Oh, they are set. I'm doing things way too efficiently. I'm doing things without even thinking I'm doing it. There we go. We can turn the lights off now because we're now running tender first. Use that to doing J. Rick Shop, thank you very much for the follow and the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Let me know if you've played RailRoader before. What your thoughts are if you've got it, or if you're thinking of getting it. I think it's well worth the £25. I think for that it's really good that all the maps there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Right, slowly does it now. Not had any problems this stream. Let's get right down. There we are. Air pipes connected. We do have the handbrake on this end. Right, I'll act as a guard, I think, for this next bit. Glad to hear you've got the game, Rex. It is a really good game. Are you planning to do single player, or have you got some people to do some multiplayer with? Right, so we're going to pull in here. And grab our passengers. How many people are waiting? Can I select it from here? So I can. 30 people still waiting, so it's not got any busier. There we are. We need to tell them that we're going back to Whittier. And they're going to get loaded, ready. think we've made some good progress on today's stream. Got our first load up to of bridges up to Ella. Got some passengers going. As I say, I think the next big step's going to be getting that AI train. AI train going so we can concentrate on the freight and we're not holding that passenger train up. Whoop, nearly fell off the end of the caboose. I actually fell off the end of the caboose. Is that it? Don't want any health and safety accidents. Right. It's also good you can go in the caboose here. You've got your own little area and you can jump up here to get a different angle. Ah, right, I see. But this game's brilliant in single player as is. It's brilliant in single player as it is in multiplayer, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Have you got far yet, or have you just kind of started, kind of same level that we're going? Right, so I do, yeah, as I said, I do enjoy the fact you can just walk into here and have a look round. Just adds to that extra level of. In fact, I think no, we won't stay up here. That's just asking for trouble, isn't it? Let's be honest. Let's shut the door. Anybody left here? No passengers, no freight. So we can see here that we have done everything we can here at Ella. So when we get back down there, we don't need to come back up here. Right, so let's jump on. How are we doing for coal and water? Plenty of coal and water, so we'll need some more for tomorrow. Ah, brilliant. You're kind of at the same point as I am then, Rex. It does kind of move on quite quickly once you got your first freight run together and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Out of 19, what would I give this game? It's got to be up there. I mean, we've only just started playing, and we've still got a lot of playing to go yet before we even unlock the entirety of the map. So it's probably early to say, but early impressions are really good. I like the detail, different locos, playability, and I actually enjoy the shunting a lot. I'm not a fan of setting something going to 125 and just leaving it. I get a lot more enjoyment out of doing these sort of short runs, shunting a load of stuff and coming back. I enjoy that a lot more. So if you like that sort of thing, then it's a game for you. I think of this as kind of a Transport Fever meets Train Sim World kind of feeling, where you've got to get the things to the right end. Got to get the construction and that sort of thing to the right companies so you get paid, so you can expand. And then you've got the train driving aspect to it as well. Alright, stick to the under 30 round here. Right. Off the 30 limit there. So we can get up to our 35. I've left the light on in the caboose. Must remember to turn that off. The battery will go flat. Ah, back at Whittier. So if you have just got the game, make sure you do run through the tutorial. It's teaches everything you need to know about the game and how to drive it and what all of the dials do. So, well worth sitting through that and just learning everything, and then. Right, arriving into Whittier now. Should do us. Right. Bring that down a touch. Right. Let the passengers off. While the passengers are already 36 waiting, but no need to go back today. They'll have to wait till tomorrow's trip. Right, while they're just getting off the train, I'm going to just grab a very quick drink and run this ad so it's not spoiling anything else. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and then we'll get this loco back off to shed and finish up for the day. Right. Welcome back. Right, so the people are off. We're not going to take anybody else to Ella today. So what we'll do is we'll take all of the consist back to the sheds today, in the hope that when we get back over there we can see that the other loco is going to be repaired in time for tomorrow's service. So we can bring these back so it can just hook up over there in the morning rather than having to run round. So let's get back over to the sheds. Somebody forgot to shut the door. Namely me. Need to turn that light off in the caboose. Yeah, it doesn't feel like 2.5 hours since I started, and we've only done one day. Imagine when we've got the entire map unlocked, we'll be struggling to get it all done in a day, never mind in one stream. Yeah, I'll wake up in the morning and go, oh dear, I need to go check the battery's not died on that caboose light. See, in today's world, you'd have to plug this in overnight just to keep the batteries charged, so maybe that's what we're going to do. Plug it in to a point on the side of the shed or something. Or I mean, we're about to sleep for about 12 hours, so maybe you plug it into a solar panel to be environmentally friendly as well. Oh, there was a wobble there, wasn't there? That caboose definitely did a wobble. Right, so what we can do is, if we just double click, control click, you can see that our engine is 100% in condition. So doesn't need to go back to the sheds. It will need water and coal, so we'll do that first. So what we can do, ease up down here to the coal, grab a touch of coal. So if you run out of water or coal, the loco will just stop. There is no backups. So if you're in the middle of nowhere, then your only option is to go and get a rescue engine. That's happened to me once. You had to go and get it rescued. Although I do like that. It's good to see that while the controls are quite simple, you still got to pay attention to the levels. Right, so we still got plenty of coal in the tent in that wagon over there. Hello to Tatty Teddy. Hope you're okay. Let's right, coal is filled up. Let's open the hatch. Move up a touch for the water. Is that enough? Yeah, that's close enough. Right, while that's filling up with water, let's go and check our new engine out. All good here, thank you. Hope you're having a nice evening. Let's have a look. So this number one engine, if you weren't here in episode 1, you can catch up on episode 1 over on our YouTube channel. This was derailed in the floods and we had to rescue it. And it was in need of some TLC. So let's have a look. So if you control click, 84%, so it's gained another 8%. So yeah, we should see this one in action in the next in-game day, and this can be our passenger hauling locomotive while we're busy sorting our freight out. It's looking shiny, so it's definitely nearly there. There's no water or no coal in it, so we do actually need to haul this out of the shed. We need to bear that in mind actually. So what we'll do is we'll park this here, so we can haul. Actually, no. What we'll do is we'll jump on. We'll park the carriages in. Park them in this left-hand siding here, so that we can still come round and pick up the engine, but they can just come in here quickly and get ready for the stairs services. So we'll do that now. Not too quick, don't want any derailments. Right at the last minute. So what we'll do is we'll park these up in this siding, run up to where the water tower is, and then we're ready to pull the new engine out of the workshop. Right, apply the handbrake. And while we're here, let's go and remove that, turn that light off. So it's bulbs aren't cheap now, you see, so you need to turn them off. Got one there. Managed to turn them off. Oh, are they connected? Oh, so they are. Oh, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Shut the door. No want anybody getting in. Right. Let's move off and round towards the shed, ready for the day's activities tomorrow. Yep, so what we're going to do, we're nearly ready for the resting now, is now we've turned off the light, we can all have a nice sleep. We're just going to budge up to the sheds. And then have a look, make sure that we've not missed anything, and then we're ready to go for a sleep. Right, that's a good place to park that. So hopefully, when we've had a sleep, we can bring that engine out. That's what we need this engine here to do that. Right, before we can go for a sleep, we've already checked Ella before we left that everything was happy. Quick check here at Whittier that everything's happy. So we've got 30 people waiting, but there's nothing we can do about that. But the most important thing is it says there's no active freight waybills in the area, so we've completed everything for that. What we can do now is we can set up our logging contracts. So here's our logging wagons. We just click, control click. We can tell it that when it's empty, it needs to go off to Connolly Creek L1, which is logs 1. There is another siding that's a different number, but the L's are all for the big logs. And when it's loaded, then we can sort out the contracts once we've got some loads done. So all we need to do there is copy to coupled, and that tells us tomorrow we can take all of these down to Connolly Creek, which, just a look on the map, is left at the triangle. Connolly Creek L1 is just these set of sidings here. Just jump to them quite quickly. Here is Connolly Creek. A couple of different sidings. There's L1 is here, and then L2 and L3 are up here. So plenty of different logs to be taking. Extra freight for us, but we do have the advantage tomorrow that we should have an extra loco to help us. What we can also do is we can go to locations. We can have a quick look down here. Can't increase any of our tiers just yet, but always worth a double check. We can actually bring in our contracts for the wood, so we'll put that up to tier 1. No changes on the other two there. Just check our milestones. So we've completed phase 1. We have to sleep and then bring the wagons back tomorrow for any changes to occur, but I think we're okay for a sleep. So let's wish everyone a good night, and we'll sleep till 6 AM for the interchange to be served. It's 6 AM again. Everyone's having the Weetabix and that sort of thing. Let's have a quick look at what we've got. So first job is to have a look at the engine. Yep, our new engine is 100% ready for service. So that's ready for pulling out and grabbing and putting onto passenger trains. Here's the interchange. That just does take a couple of minutes to serve if it's going to give us anything for today. Our reputation's been maintained at 110%. A new daily report is also ready. So we'll got all of our logs ready to be taken up the hillside. Is this going to give us anything today? Or is it just a quiet one? It's going to give us a quiet one, isn't it? Because give it a couple of minutes just to double check. While we're waiting for that, we can just say that our contract with the sawmill's now at tier 1. And our repair phase 1 has also been completed. So we're all good to go. Double check that... what was I going to do? I was going to do something and I can't remember what I was going to do now. Oh yes, daily report. So you can see here that day 1 we've taken 4 freight deliveries, 204 passenger fares. We've brought in money using 272 freight, 204 passengers. No cars waiting at the repair shop now because it's been completed. Right, so next episode then we'll be bringing out loco number 2 into service, and while that's doing the passenger train we can be taking the logs up to the Connolly Creek and also bringing phase 1's wagons back from the bridge stuff to fetch back. But that's going to be for another day now, so thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully be back on RailRoader very soon, ready for the next adventure. But that'll bring today's stream to the end. So thank you everyone for chatting and following. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing, and I will see you again very soon.